Help. There we go. Right. Hiya, Jane. How you doing? I hope you're not in too much pain. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You lie down and make yourself comfortable, and I will keep you company till you fall asleep. It may just be you and me. Oh, I was supposed to put a link. I will be back. Let me just stick a link on the other channel so they know where they're going. Ah, where have I gone now? There I am. Hi Zaza, I've not seen you in ages. How are you doing? I think I've set this up all right by myself. I told Tech Help earlier, I said I'm going to go live tonight. I said to see if I can do it twice in a row. Bonnie says it's blowing a gale where she is and her electric keeps going out, so I hope she's okay. Is that the fan? Is that fan loud for you? We're doing well, thank you, Zaza. How's your family? Thankfully, Tech Help is now back to his old sarcastic self. Now he got sorted out at the hospital, and the rest of us are just plodding along, as we do. How are yours doing? Go in the bag, honestly. I was trying to think of something interesting to talk about, and I haven't really got anything interesting to talk about. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. If you can send some healing vibes to Jane's direction. She's pulled her back and she's got sciatica and it's not fun. Jed gets that. No laughing matter. So Big Brother's finished. I'm bored. Got nothing to watch. Oh, I started watching The Crown. Does anyone watch The Crown? I've watched the first 2 episodes of the 4 they've put up so far. That woman who's playing Diana is amazing. Oh, wish him well from me, Zaza. I bet he won't do half as much whinging as Lardy did about hers. He'll be running around after that. You'll have to be hiding in cupboards to keep away from him. Be zipping about. I remember when my neighbour, he got a hip replacement. He was like threatening me to a race, and it was like, yeah, you'll win. Have you watched any of it yet, Zaza? That they've just put 4 up and then they're going to put 4 up in December or something. But that girl, she's got Diana off pat. She's good. I'm sad it's ending. It's like they could keep running. Why are they ending it? It's just getting interesting now with Harry having a sulk and Meghan stropping all over the place and the new ones taking over and Charlie finally being king. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of stories they could be doing. Yeah, it is a bit of a long recovery. The Jungle is on this year, Jane. It's starting sometime now, but I really have not got the patience for it anymore. Fucking Nigel Farage is going in. The only one I was interested in was Jamie Lynn Spears, Britney Spears' sister, and it's like, oh, will she spill any of the news? But you don't get to watch it all the time, and they edit it anyway. So if anything did come out, it'd be in the news, so I'll see it there. They do need to keep going. It's an amazing series. I don't know why they're ending it. And they didn't actually film. Like, they've made things, haven't they? Yeah, Nigel Garbage, yeah. Pardon me. Have they built places to film? Like, because they didn't actually get to go in the palace, did they? So they've done all that, and that'll go to waste now. They should just keep filming. Are you going to watch it, Jane? I don't know if I can be bothered with it. I didn't watch anything with Ant and Dec for a long time after Ant was done for drink driving, because it was like, you arse. Of all the people, do you know what I mean? And then I couldn't look at him giggling and being funny, and it's like, no, it's not funny. You could have killed somebody, you tosser. But I've got over that now. I mean, he can't be held people poking him with fiery sticks for the rest of his days. He did apologise, and he has done what he needed to do, and blah 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 blah. But like, I have to really be into the group of people that are going into the jungle to be bothered watching it. And I know they make it funny. They always make it funny, no matter who's in there. But I don't know. I'm just not in the mood for it this year, I don't think. Now that Big Brother's back, I don't need I'm a Celeb. Oh, right. Any of the ones that I've put on the must-watch list, they're definite. I don't know what's on BritBox. Have you seen my must-watch thing? Can I get it and pin it? Hang on. Yeah, there's just something about them now, Jane. I don't know what it is. It's like kids say now, it gives me the ick. He gives me the ick. Right, let me see. Is it here? Content. Playlists. TV. Pause that. Right. For starters, Zaza, that lot. Yeah, it's starting this week or next week, Jane. The adverts kept coming on in between the You're welcome. If I think I'll add to it all the time, but those are a definite watch. If they're on BritBox, get watching. Yeah, the adverts were in between Big Brother, and it's like for any time now. But no, I'm gonna watch The Crown instead, and then wait for the next lot. Plus, there was something else I wanted to watch. Can't think what it was now. Pardon me. What else is good to watch? I was trying to think the other day what things to put on there. Yeah, you and the hubby get settled, get some snacks, big snuggly blanket, and stick BritBox on. That's how you recover from a knee op. No, I don't trust any of them either, Jane. But they're done now, aren't they? Holla Willoughby and Philip Schofield. She resigned, he was sacked or whatever, so at least we... Do you know what it was with him? What really pissed me off with Philip Schofield was when he said, I knew I was gay when I married my wife. Who? Who the fuck does that? That was nasty. She could have had a long life with somebody else. And then just when they're at the twilight years where the kids have grown up and it's time that, you know, they've got time for each other again, they can settle and whatever, go out, have fun. Oh, by the way, love, I'm gay. Bye. What a wanker. That was a horrible way of doing it. It will be. Get the hot chocolate out and the marshmallows and just sit and idle and watch a whole load of telly. Exactly, he always knew, but no, he's saying he did, but he just... if I was her, I'd have fucking kicked his head in. I'm sorry. It's like, do you know what I mean? You've wasted her whole life. Now she's, what age is she? 50 odd, 60, and she has to start again. Very unfair. He's a total tosser. Don't get it. Why do that to her? Stay single, fuck's sake. Nobody cared. I hope so too, Zaza. Screw him to the wall for absolutely everything. It's a nasty thing to do. And the same with fucking Ant. Ant divorcing his wife. And she's such a nice woman as well, Lisa. Dec very nearly walked away. I think I'd have more respect for him if he had. When Ant fucked up, he said they had a big row and he very nearly walked, and it's like, well, why didn't you then? Oh, money, yeah. Money over principles. That's the dehumidifier, by the way, if you're hearing that fan noise kick in. I need to remember to empty it. It's really stupid. It's got the thing at the bottom that slides out. You'd think it'd have a thing at the top that you could lift up, but no, that'd be fucking easy, wouldn't it? That'd be logical. Is it just us for the night then? That's a shame. Mind you, it's only just 11, and I did say 11, so... Who? Philip's wife? Do you think? When they did that... you said you haven't got telly now, but they used to do... I didn't know. I don't think Dec's gay. If you knew the list of people that he'd been with... But, yeah, no, I don't think he's gay. But Philip and his wife used to do that Christmas thing every year, and it's like, what are the best gifts for Christmas? And they always got some sort of kit, like, I don't know, grow your own cheese or whatever. Pardon me. And they compete against each other and see who made the best one. And she was lovely. And it's like, why do that to her? Why? And he expected sympathy from people. It's like, what? My gaydar's broken, though. I can't pick them out at all. No clue. That other people will be saying, that's blindingly obvious. It's like, is it? Like, we had a friend at Butlins. Schofield's a narc, definitely. Hiya Sarah, welcome aboard. Definite narc. It's all his way or the highway, isn't it? But it's like when all that fucking came out about his brother though being a weirdo, and it's like, what else is going on in that family? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? God, it's getting so hot in here. I can't cope with this thing. It's like winter, right? When it gets to the point that it's really cold, I shut the window, and then I can do talking videos, like reading videos and a book if I'm doing a book, and I turn that thing off, and it's really quiet, and I can get stuff done. But I have to have the dehumidifier on with the window shut, otherwise it all gets steamed up and whatever. And so, but it pumps out so much heat, and I'm not used to it. I'm used to sitting in the cold. No, Jane. No. Oh no, that's put a fucking picture in my head now that I won't get rid of. No. I think they were friends from when they were Diddy, weren't they, in Biker Grove? Oh, please don't tell me. That's true. I'll never look at them the same again. Mind you, do you know when I enjoyed it, really, really enjoyed that I'm a Celebrity, I'm a Celeb, get me out of here, was when Ant was a no-show because of all the shit that was going on, and Deck did it with Holly Willoughby. That year was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it that year. But I haven't been able to watch it since. And it's like then when they had the castle, the first time they had the castle and they said who the lineup was, and I said day one, I bet you G will win it, and she did. I'm going to have to start putting money on people. I picked the winner of Big Brother. I picked the winner of I'm a Celeb. I usually pick the winner of fucking the dancing competitions and whatever. I'm going to have to start putting my money where my mouth is. Did I see? No, who's doing it? I haven't. I used to love it with Gay Byrne. When I was over there, I used to watch it all the time. Who's doing it now then? It's not. Don't tell me it's Daniel O'Donnell. He used to play at my uncle's club, and I used to think he was the most boring man alive. And then he went on Strictly, and I was like, oh, for God's sake. And then he won me over on Strictly. He was so sweet. Harmless, I suppose, isn't he? Go on then, put me out of my misery. I didn't think it was still going. I thought they'd have swapped it to something else when Gay Byrne left. Just been watching a load of videos with all the links to all the different Black Friday sales, and it's like, God, there's so many of them, and it's like 40 and 50% off. It's wild. If you need anything for... Is he? Oh, I like Patrick Kielty. Is she working over there then? Thingy. Who did he marry? What's her name? I can see her, I can't think of her name. I never saw them two together, but now that they are, it makes sense. She used... Cool. She used to be with Ant and Dec back in the day on whatever it was, that Saturday morning thing. Damn it, what is her name? Anyway, she's Patrick Kielty's wife now. Or he's her husband, whatever way you want to look at it. She used to do So You Think You Can Dance with what's-his-face, Nigel Lithgow. And then that disappeared. That was a really good show. It had real proper dancers on there. They were amazing. And I'd rather watch Dancing with the Stars than Strictly, because the American dancers always seem fucking 50% better than ours. Ours look like kids in the playground compared to them. Is he living over there full time now, or does he just go over to do the show? See, I still see him as I saw him back in the days. Probably grey now, is he? Pardon me. Cat Dealey, that's it. The toy show. On thing. See, we don't get it here. I don't know how I'd watch it. I remember one year my Auntie Eileen bought me this little radio. And whatever, it was like, whatever Linda got, my cousin, I'd get the downgraded version of. And so Linda got this big, massive thing, and I got this little radio. Anyway, my gran loved it because she could tune into Athlone radio. And she had it on her. I never got to use it at all. She nabbed it off me, and she used to listen to Irish radio. But I don't know where I'd watch Irish TV. I have to go on some piratey thing to find it. Can't think. I was looking at something to watch the other day, and I can't remember what it was now. Travelling backwards and forwards, yeah. That'll soon get old, won't it? Call the Midwife's a definite, Zaza. If that's on BritBox, I think it probably would be. Right, what did I want to watch was on here. The Long Shadow, if you can get that, that's good. That was about the Yorkshire Ripper. That's what I want to watch next. The Touch of Frost. I kept meaning to watch it and I never got round to it. With David Jason. I wonder, is Thing on BritBox? Only Fools and Horses? If you want a comedy to watch, Zaza, Only Fools and Horses. That was going to be another thing that I'd put on my list as I get round to doing it. Did anyone watch the Lardy video tonight? I just did the last part of it earlier. She's insane. She's talking to this bloke. Yeah, it was really good. It was, they showed you how, it was like the back end of it as well. The police, how they were working at the time because they didn't have computers and to do anything. So everything was on little index cards, and the poor girls in the offices were drove mad with all these different cards and things, and they had to reinforce the floor because there was such a weight of paperwork upstairs. Yeah, Only Fools and Horses, you've got to watch that. It's a classic. She's there. But anything with David Jason in's good. Endeavour and Morse, I haven't put them on my list yet, but they're really good programmes to watch. I don't know. See, I don't know what's on BritBox. I said, can I look it up without paying for it? Let me see. Give me an idea of what's on there. Unforgotten's on there. Definitely. Jar Jar Unforgotten is a definite. I don't know what the escape artist is, but I like that actor. And that one, Collision. I haven't watched Downton Abbey. Wow, they've got Grange Hill on there. Captain Bugwash. That's what they called Jed. Because here's a stupid story. When we lived in Wales, we were at a row of houses, and then at the end of the road went down to the beach, and people used to go up and down fishing and what have you at the beach. And we used to park our car at the end of the row. Anyway, She is gross, Shasha, isn't she? Oh, what's for dinner tonight, Shan? I know, she's always feeding her face. I'm just looking now. I'm going to write you a list, Zaza. Anyway, so we were there. Um, Jed had done a night shift or something, and he'd just gone to bed, and there was a knock on the door, and there was this man, and he says, "I'm terribly sorry. I think I've dented your car." And so I shouted up, just like, "What the fuck now?" And I'm like, "There's a man at the door," says he's hit the car. Anyway, we went out. The back end of the car was like in a total V. His boat had unhooked from his car, rolled back and hit into ours and totally demolished it. So I have to ring the insurance, and I said, yeah, our car's been hit by a boat." They're like, "What?" I said, "Our car's been..." How did you manage that? And I had to tell her the whole story. Anyway, Jed went into work and they were all singing Captain Pugwash at him for days. It was funny. Ooh. I tell you, your hubby's a lucky man, Shan. Lemon herb gnocchi. Very nice. Right. Jar Jar, are you listening? Because I've forgotten what I said. Let me go back. Unforgotten. You have to watch that. I don't know half. I didn't watch Downton Abbey. Nope. I got Wurzel Gummidge on there. Do you remember when I said she looked like Wurzel Gummidge? And everyone said, "Who's Wurzel Gummidge?" Have a look at Wurzel Gummidge, Zaza. Oh, Press Gang. I used to love Press Gang. Mr. Ben. It was one of Jed's favourite programmes when he was little. Mr. Ben. I don't know what that is. Or that. Bad Education's supposed to be good, but I've never watched it. Mrs. Henderson Presents. I love that. It was a film with Will Young was in it, and it was really good. But if any of the ones that are on the playlist that I've linked are on there, definitely. I'm surprised you all found... Is this on Jools' site or is it on Exposed? Because I'm trying to get the watch time up on my Jools channel. Because as the days go on, the watch time I had for that day gets knocked off. So when I did have... Thank you. Wish I had smell-o-vision. You're welcome. I'm great, thank you, Shan. I'm a lot better now. Tech helps better. That's what was worrying me before, but I'm fine, thank you. Good, thank you, Shan. Yeah, because I wanted to try and up the watch time on here, but it's really hard. I don't know, I think this channel's been shadow banned or something, because no matter what I do on it, it never gets any views. If I get more than 10, it's like, woo! I did put a link on, pardon me, Exposed to here, if anybody wanted to come across. Is that how you got here, or were you already on here, Shan? Yeah, in the last bit of the video, she sat there and she's like, "I was just playing with him. He said that, so I said this, blah, blah, blah." And it's like, he's like, "Oh, I feel like we have a connection." I wish I could find the picture that I know she had on that dating site, because it was one of Bob on the Moon's finest. And it's like, how can you sit there and let someone chat you up, knowing that if you met him in real life, he wouldn't recognise you? It's just stupid. It's like Lisa does the same. all the fucking filters on full and troweling on the foundation and whatever. You meet her in the street, you wouldn't know her. She doesn't, does she, Sasha? And she tries telling everybody else that they don't know. It's funny how we're all married, isn't it? And getting on fine. And she's the one that's single, but she knows best. Whatever. Stupid woman. I just want to know why the fuck she's got her channel up if she's not coming back. What's the point of it? You're too busy. You're working, Shan. Hey, hiya, Bonnie. How's the weather? Has it calmed down a bit? Isn't she though, Zsa Zsa? And if I say anything, I'm the one in the wrong. The amount of trolls that came out the other day, I had a 24-hour sleep, and I came back on it was like, oh hello. You can tell I've been away. I've not been doing the comments because they're all there telling me exactly what they think of me. Exactly, Jane. Like a cat on a fucking hot tin roof. Oh, I'm not bothered. I blocked him. Oh, but now I think we had a connection. Whatever. I hope it's not still as windy as it was, though. Batten down the hatches. Sit in here with us. Get a hot chocolate. You'll get paid in the next life, Shan. I'm so I don't know. Did I write back to you? I can't remember if I did or not now, but I'm so happy that Milo's got a family. Ah, ignore them, Shan. I do. But it's like, Lisa's lovely, leave her alone. You've got a black heart. You're just a misery. Blah, 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 blah. Like I said the other week, so that it stuck in my head because it was the weirdest thing. They said, you look like somebody who'd have puppies in a bucket and kill them. Really? What the fuck? Pardon me. Who even thinks of that? Lisa's the one with puppies in a bucket. Did everyone get their t-shirts? No. Looks like nobody wanted them in the end, only you. Did yours turn up yet? Oh, I'm so happy for him. I wanted him, but I'm happy he's got a family. It's so nice when they get rehomed and they're settled. I know, Shan. Who even thinks of it to say it? It was like, what in the hell's going on in your head? Weirdo. But see, these people, they come in, they don't watch the video, they don't listen to anything, they read a few comments and then they make assumptions. And it's like, if you bothered to listen to some of the fucking videos that were made and what we're actually saying. Yeah, I did Bimbo Bingo t-shirts, Zsa Zsa. I'm going to have to do something for Lardy, aren't I? I wanted to have that I graduated the sticking and gluing table. I'll just make one for me. I'd be happy with that one. The link's in underneath the videos if anybody wants one. But a few people kept saying, oh yeah, I'll get it, and then never mind, eh? They're there if anybody wants them. Cool girls with vibes. So, has it arrived, Bonnie? Is it soft? That's what I want to know. because I don't want it annoying your skin if it isn't. Cool girls over 50. Do you know what her next video is going to be? Cool girl Christmas presents. Really? Lisa put John in a bucket. Yeah, she would. Poor John. Someone said hubby wanted you to make a t-shirt saying oh, maybe if I just made one that said send that camel to bed, I could get away with that, couldn't I? Oh, I'm glad they're soft. Do you like it? Because if you've got it and it's comfy and you like it, then I'm really happy. Your husband's funny. Yeah, John has been seen. Have you not seen that video where she was snogging him? That was her thumbnail, her draped all over him. What is it? Older men do it better. Really? Oh, I'm glad. Should I do that? Send that camel to bed. So why has she not got the fucking memo yet? Cover it up. And it's like this last video I just did where she was doing the hard sell on that pillow. If you haven't found the best one pillow or the best two pillow, then it's like, fuck off. You're just doing that on purpose. Yeah, he's 10 years older than her, though. That's why she says it. Gross to the t-shirt or gross to her showing her camel, Shan? No, I can't see it. Elizabeth said she tried it, that pillow, and it gave her neck spasms. It looks really hard to me. It's the same as the carnivore diet. It's to stop her getting wrinkles, and the carnivore diet is to keep her skinny. We all know it's vanity and nothing to do with health. But she has all her minions fucking wired up, and they oh, but she's so nice and she does it for us. No, she bloody doesn't. Oh, right, sorry, Shan. Yeah, it was gross. If you look through mine, you'll find it. I think she in her head she's a model, Bonnie. Yeah, she used to make out he was this gym bunny and blah blah blah. She is. I've seen puddles at Adipa, and she'd only ever show like his arm in the car with his big fucking muscles and whatever. And then when everybody saw him, he's bald, and they say on the bakery they all said he looked like Elmer Fudd, and she was trying to make out he was Bruce Willis. I know, that was sad, wasn't it? Oh, John will have nothing to play with. I think so too, Bonnie. Did you not hear that? See, some of you don't watch Lisa's videos, do you? She said that the jacket was a bit tight, but there's nothing she could do because John couldn't play golf anymore because his back was bad, and if she took her boobs away, he'd have nothing. Sad. Who announces that on the internet? And then on other things, she won't say certain words. and she's trying to tiptoe around things, and then she's overly sexual in other videos, and it's like, oh, I don't blame you, Jazra. See, now you've made friends. And you've made friends with other people, and your friends there. That's cute. Yeah, ick. I love that saying. It gives me the ick. Yeah. 2.5 grand fucking hauls, and everyone's like, leave her alone. Why? Do you want her to fill the landfill all on her own? Bless you, Shan, that's sweet. I do that with people too, though. If I can't stand the video, if I don't like what they're talking about, whatever, I stick it on the telly and leave it go, and they get the view, and then I don't have to listen to it. I don't know what lorry one I'm going to do next. I've just finished that 5-hour live. She's so saved. Oh, Lisa, yeah. Of course she is. She thinks she can do anything. But she's like, it's the same with all narcs. They're all the same. Fucking Teflon coated. Yeah, why waste it? She keeps whinging. She wanted a seafront house. She could have had her seafront house. Or oceanfront house, rather. But she could have had that if she'd kept these fucking £2,500 hauls she was doing. And the stupidity of it. When she bought that Fendi bag, she didn't like the strap on it, so she bought a different strap. And the strap on its own was £1,000. Who, in their right mind, pays $1,000 for a fucking strap for a bag? It's insanity. They reckon it's all money laundering on the bakery. They reckon they're like the FBI or whatever will pounce in the house one day and arrest them all and take away his Bitcoin. She would if she got the chance, Bonnie. If she gets this fucking, what is it, oceanfront house that she's been pining after, she'll move. Because she didn't do anything the last time they moved. Yeah, I suppose Laurie is easier to listen to, but she does raise my blood pressure. Especially when she starts getting Gucci round the neck or grabbing his face. It's like, I just want to bop her one. I can't be doing with her fake laugh, though. Lisa's and Laurie's. Laurie was laughing over nothing tonight in that video I did, and it was so fucking annoying. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. Somebody said that the other day when I put that video up, and my mic wasn't detected, and so you couldn't hear me. And somebody said, I tried watching it, but I couldn't cope without you. See, that's what people don't understand. People watch these videos to see me losing my rag or whatever I'm saying, and it's like, why are you being so mean to Lisa? I'm not mean to Lisa. I don't think I'm mean to Lisa. We laugh at her choice of clothes, but it's the clothes we're laughing at. Ah, see, Shan, no. She's a covert narc, Lisa. That's why you can't see it. My mum's a covert narc. They're clever fuckers. Just as evil. If not more. And it's all psychological and mind games with them. It'd be fun if we were all in the same room doing it, though, wouldn't it? There is something very strange about her. But yeah, covert narcs are fucking nasty. It's like simple things that no... See, they do it, and they do it in a way that nobody else notices. And because my mother's one, I can see right through Lisa. And there was like, it's little things. Like, it was it Travis's christening? Yeah, it was Travis's christening. And there was a load of people staying at my house. And we were in the dining room. My mum was there. And every time somebody came down the stairs, she was like, "Oh, you look amazing. Oh, you look wonderful. Oh, I really like your dress. Blah, blah, blah." And then in front of everyone, she turned around and she went, "Oh, is that what you're wearing?" It's just... And that's what she's doing to Brooke, but people don't see it. And that everyone's like, "Why won't you let Brooke wear the clothes so we can..." Yeah. She's going to let her 23-year-old daughter wear the clothes and look better in them. That's never going to happen. Wow. Bet that was hard to deal with, Zaza. Yeah, but Lisa's dangerous because she's sly about it. You don't know what she's planning or what she's doing. With Lardy, you can sort of see it coming. Yeah, but my mum, like, she knew everybody's birthday. She wished everyone happy birthday. She remembered things about people. And they said, "Oh, isn't your mum lovely?" Yeah. They had no clue what was going on behind closed doors, and that's the way it is. Lisa puts on this nice, happy face to YouTube, but as soon as that video's clicked off, Mean Mama's back. And you don't fuck with Mean Mama. And I know it, I can see it, and people just can't. And it's like they come and they're like, "You're mean, you're picking on her." It's like, just hang about, you'll see it. It's like one day, when I was young, we lived in a tower block. Shall we put your mum, my mum, fucking Lardy and Lisa in a padded room and leave them there? She is jealous of her daughter. And I never... Because my mum brought me up telling me I was fat and ugly every day. Jed said, "She's jealous of you." And I'm like, why would she be jealous of me? I'm fat and ugly. But that was the whole thing. So when I was 5, the house burnt down. And we got put in a council block. And we were on the 7th floor. And my friend Karen lived in these maisonettes opposite. You could see her door from our balcony. And I used to be at her house, right? One day I was at her house and I came out. I was 5 minutes late going home. So Karen walked me over. And my mum just rammed the door open, grabbed me by the hair, dragged me down the hall, shouting all sorts of nonsense. And then she turned around and said to Karen, "And you can fuck off or you'll get it as well." But that was the nice woman. "Oh, she always remembers my birthday. Oh, she's so sweet. Isn't your mum lovely?" Yeah, of course she is. Oh, no, but... Take care, Bonnie. Don't go out in the wind. Leave the tree. So long as it's not on something. Yeah, sounds like my mum. Jar Jar. It's the same thing. It's like we went to visit her. Right, she kept phoning up. She'd be on the phone for fucking hours. And she kept phoning up and she was on the phone to Travis and she's like, "Oh, when you come to London, we're going big wheeling. Are you going to go on the big wheel, Travis? Blah, 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 blah." And she'd gone on there with her friend, Trisha, and her son. And so she was saying, "Oh, it's really cool, blah, blah, blah." Anyway, on and on and on and on and on and on. She had the poor child's head a fucking mess. So by the time we got to London, on the day we were supposed to go big fucking wheeling, she didn't want to go. "Oh, I don't think I can stand in a queue for that long with your grandson. But you could do it with your friend's son. And you've been on and on and on at him for months about going on the big wheel, and now you don't want to go on the big wheel with him." I could write a book. Evil woman. All right. And this was when I had to go no contact because I just about had it. Travis was I was talking to her on the phone and I said, oh, I've been decorating. Decorating what? I said, I've been decorating the spare room for Madam. Oh. Can't she stay with you? What, till she leaves home? No, she needs her own room. Anyway, put the phone down. The next day, Travis wanted to tell her something, so he rang her. And I know, because I've seen her do it. She sat in her chair with her fucking answering machine beside her, listening to him, and wouldn't pick up the phone. 3 days he'd been trying to ring her, and he came over to me crying, and he said, Granny doesn't love me anymore. And I was like, that is fucking it, I'm done. She got in a strop and wouldn't talk to me for 2 weeks because I was decorating a bedroom for my daughter. Oh, but she's lovely. She remembers everyone's birthday. Yeah, see, Jed's mum's a narc as well, and the two of us were like, no, it stops now. Yeah, we're not big on therapy over here. I mean, she's had a knife to my throat once. That's her funny story. She was here for a week and she said to Jed, oh, has she told you the funny story when I had the knife to her throat? Oh, yeah, fucking hysterical, that. Everyone I know with fibro has a raging narc in their lives. Isn't it true? And as well as that, I've found that most people with fibromyalgia have an autistic child as well. So we have all the PTSD from the parent, and then we're fighting like fuck to get what our children deserve, and all the stress and everything else. And yeah, a big fucking bread knife. Was one about that long. Here. Is that washed properly? Is it? Is it? You could see the marks in my neck. I just backed off and went out. And the little girl next door that I used to babysit for, Denise, burst into tears because she saw her coming out the door after me with a knife in her hand. Fucking head case. And then I had my cousin come in here. Oh, you've only got one mum. Oh, you really should talk to her. You know, you fucking talk to her. You were the one that getting all the bottles of champagne and the visits from her and the flowers and whatever. All I ever got was the beating. So, fuck off. You have her. Oh, every family's got a mad aunt in it. Yeah, well, it just happened to be my mother. No. And because of that, I've lost all of my family. Two of my uncles died. My aunt died. I can't get in contact with my other aunt. I don't know where she is. And nobody's talking to me because everyone's believed her side of the story. I'm assuming she's telling everyone that Jed turned me against her. And his mother's telling everyone that I turned him against her. It's like Jed's mother. Exactly, Jar Jar. Jed's mum bumped into an ex-girlfriend of Jed's and said, oh, you should pop down and see him. He's getting a divorce. I just had Madam. There was nothing wrong with our marriage. There never has been. Oh, go and visit him. He's getting a divorce. And they wonder why we don't talk to them. So I can see what Lisa's doing. I know exactly what Lisa's doing. And most people don't see it. Pardon me. Because it's more obvious with Lardy. Yeah, I know. Sounds like he learnt too well though, Jane. And the thing is, right, I've watched loads of videos on narcissists and whatever, because I didn't realise that's what she was until I started reading in the Gossip Bakery, and they were always going on about narcissists. And then I looked it up, and it was like, shit, that's my mother. And they say that they don't know. How do they not know? They must know. Exactly, Shan. It's so true. But they do. They guilt you into it. You only have one mum. She gave birth to you. She gave you life. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, no, she didn't. She may have given birth to me. That's another fucking story, right? She was put on bed rest. And I wasn't supposed to be due until February, which I never knew. And I was born on Boxing Day. And what does she say? I missed my Christmas dinner because of you. Once. And they gave it to her afterwards. They kept her a Christmas dinner. Oh, my mum never apologised. Fuck no. Apologise? She'd just sit and sulk. She'd stop talking. That's what you get, the silent treatment. I wonder too, Jane. But yeah, you get the total silent treatment. She said to me once, right? She was always putting me down. Oh, is that what you're wearing? Blah, 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 blah. That's too tight on you. You shouldn't be doing that. Blah, 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 blah. Then one day she said to me, which of these two jumpsuits should I wear? To wherever the fuck she was going. Stupid me. I said, that one. What's wrong with the other one? I said, I don't like the cuff at the bottom. They look silly. That was it. She didn't talk to me for a fortnight. Thank you, Shan. Yeah, I know, it's stupid. But I put up with that nonsense because all along I thought, right, she's a single Irish mother who got pregnant out of wedlock. I look like my dad. She fucking hates me. So I carried that all my life thinking that's what it is. She just doesn't like me because I'm who I am. And she blamed me for ruining her life even though it was her who did it. But whatever. But it wasn't that at all. It was the fact that she was a raging fucking narc. Oh, and she ruined my wedding day. Where we were sitting, we had to go around the table and there was a lantern thing hanging and Jed's tall and Jed walked into it. So I laughed, didn't look where I put my glass, and it was, they put two tables together to make the top table and it tipped over and spilt. And so Jed went, oh, I'll get you another one. She's had enough. She's drunk. Why did she, which I wasn't. And then the way the top table was set up, they left her sat next to me. I didn't want her fucking sitting next to me. She was sat there with a face like a wet fucking week. And she ruined that day for me. Then, when I came out of hospital with Travis, she'd phoned up and said, oh, Linda and I are going to come up for your anniversary and we'll cook a meal on whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I said to Jed, can you do me a favour? Can you ring her back and tell her I'm not up to fucking visitors yet. I've had a cesarean. I feel like shit. I'm breastfeeding and I feel like a cow. Can they leave it to a bit later or whatever? So he rang her back and said that and she was like, oh yeah, totally understand, no problem. Blanked me for 2 weeks. So I was crying my eyes out, ringing her, trying to find out what was wrong, when I should have been enjoying being at home with my son. They're the things that I'll never forgive her for. I don't care what she did to me. She used to fucking drag me around the house by my hair when she felt like it. We had a big fucking sod-off glass ashtray, a big lump of a thing, and she got in a mood one night and wanged it across the room at my head. Stuff like that doesn't bother me. But when she ruined me bringing my baby home. And then she tried to ruin the excitement of me painting a new room for Madam. And it's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm done. They say they're self-loathing, but I know what they say, and they say that they hate themselves and whatever, but you never see that, do they? They love to humiliate Jar Jar. Any time we're in public that she could belittle me, she would. Ruin every celebration possible. Yep. They need a fucking flashing neon light on their head, and they need to go to fucking Narky Island and stay there because we don't fucking want them. And then people say, "Oh, you should feel sorry for them because they were abused or something happened to them in their childhood." Well, my mum was one of 6. Sadly, 2 of them died, and that left 4. Her and her brother Michael are both narcs, and then Joe and Mari are the nicest people that you'd ever wish to meet. Joe was going to be a priest. So how does it happen that they're brought up with the same people, but yet they turn out completely different? How does that work? It makes no sense to me. And because of her, I never got to see my uncle before he died, and I'll never forgive her for that either. And then just when I found his son, and I was just about to get in contact with my Auntie Mari, my Auntie Bridie, she died. So I never got to explain what the fuck was going on to any of them, and that's it now, they're gone. No contact's the only way, but it took my whole family off me, Jane, so it sorry. It's left just the 4 of us, so there's me and Jed and the kids, and when me and Jed go, they're on their own. They've got nobody, and I really worry about them. It's like, who is there to keep an eye on them? Exactly. I was Mama Bear in full fucking force when she wouldn't talk to Travis. It was like, you twat. Separate and conquer, yep. I wrote to her and I said that I'm done. I've had enough. I can't cope with this. You fucked with my head my entire life and I've had enough. But I'm not a twat. I won't stop you seeing your grandkids. Keep in contact with them and we'll see where we go from there. Not a word. Not a fucking peep. 6 months later, she sends Travis a birthday card, and I was like, oh, fuck you. So I binned it. Then, on his 19th birthday, her and my Auntie Eileen sent him a birthday card. Happy 18th! No, he's 19. Oh, now that you're an adult, you can come and visit us. Basically, don't listen to the shit your mother's saying and come and see us so we can brainwash you. Don't we though, Jane? And it's sad. And then you look at the likes of Lisa, who've skipped through life, had nothing happen to her, and then she says, oh, I've had so much, oh, I was so depressed. Depressed? Don't know the meaning of the word, love. Lardy. I was kidnapped and left in California to fend for myself at 54. I hope so, Jane, but Madam's not in the least bit interested in anybody. And I've said to her, oh, maybe someday you'll meet someone. No. I said, are you going to have a grandchild for me? Nope, that ain't happening. Travis, I've got some hope that he might meet somebody. But that's what I'm hoping for, that he'll meet somebody and that they'll have a family and all of them will look out for him and her. But other than that, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. That's what she said, Zaza. Her mother kidnapped her and left her in California. Whose idea was it to go to California, Lardos? Wasn't your mother's. And it's on film. But she's still... That's the thing with narcs. They lie about the lies they've told. Oh. We'll have to adopt a load of cats or something, Jar Jar. That's what I want. I want a bungalow with an ensuite bathroom, and then I can have 10 million cats. I can be the mad cat woman. I keep going on at Shan about this cat she sent me a picture of. If you saw him, he was the most adorable little thing called Milo. He was so cute. Oh, dogs. Well, dogs then, yeah. Be the dog lady. I watch a girl called Missa, and she's got cats. And she's like, I'm not having kids, I'm just having cats. Pardon me. And she had 2 boys, and they were called Sausage and Potato. And then she got this little girl, and she's called Beans. And she said to her new partner now, she said, I want another one, and I want to call it Toast. And he's like, 3's enough. I said, no. What are you thinking? We're moving. We're getting a bigger house. We're going to have lots more cats. Grand dogs, yeah. I'd have a dog if I was healthy, but see, if I was lardy, I'd just get it and I'd make it make on a wee pad. Ugh. Who has fucking indoor dogs, really? She made that up herself, didn't she? They didn't know any different. It doesn't mean it's not wrong. What dogs have you got, Jar Jar? What breed are they? Are you going to have to crate them or hide them somewhere so that they don't jump up on your husband tomorrow or when he gets home? I know I am, aren't I, Shad? I would give the cat so much attention they wouldn't know themselves. They'd have to go and hide because I'd be too over nice to them. One of the things that they go off on is because I'm on a main road. And it's like, but yeah, I wouldn't let the cat out the front. We had a cat before and she used to go out the back, and it was incremental. I let her go a little bit further, and then I'd stand out there like a mad woman going and shaking the bag of food, and she'd go ba-doop 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 from wherever she was, probably eating food in every other house. But do you know what I mean? It's like, I know we have a main road. I'm not going to let the cat out the front. And if I got a pedigree cat, which is very doubtful, it wouldn't go out at all. So can you give them cat runs like rabbit runs? Do you know what I mean? If you don't want them to go away. We had a beautiful cat in our garden a few years back now. It had got out. It was a ragdoll cat, and Travis came in and he said, there's a cat just sat on our bin looking very happy with itself. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, it'd probably be gone in a bit. And then he went out and he's like, no, it's still there. Can I bring it some food? And I'm like, yeah. And then he came in at the night time because he goes out to smoke, which he shouldn't, but he does. Hey ho. He's an adult. I can't tell him. And the cat's still there. So I said, right, I'm going to have to look and see. And I can't remember where I checked first. And I couldn't find anything. And then one day I said to him, right, I'm going to check Facebook. And I went onto Facebook and I saw his owner, and they were absolutely devastated that the cat had got out and they didn't know where it was. Anyway, we contacted them and they brought like a 6-pack of lager for Travis for looking after her. And I said, oh, he keeps pestering me for a cat. And she said, yeah, well, you'll have to let him have one now, won't you? And it's like, yes, we would if we could. Thank you, Jar Jar. Ah, little Bellas. Oh, well, they won't be too much trouble, will they, with his knee? They can't get that high, can they? Bless them. Yeah, maybe he would have. Catios. Cool, see, I could do that. Yeah, cats climb. Yeah, I would. I'd set up like a little run for them if they were a pedigree cat, obviously, because around here someone would nab them. I doubt that woman would have got her ragdoll back if it was in any other garden. But yeah, I had a kitten when I lived on my own, and my landlady said her friend bred pedigree cats, and they were British short-haired cats, and I've always wanted a British short-haired cat. Anyway, her cat had got out and mated with a ginger moggy next door, and she was like, I can't even give them away. So anyway, I got one of the cats, and I was told it would be a boy, and we'd had a hurricane in London, so I decided to call him Higgins, because there was a snooker player that I loved called Hurricane Higgins. So I called him Higgins, but he was a her, so she ended up Higgy, and she was adorable. And there was no sign of any ginger in her. She was all like blue-grey with a little white triangle on her nose. She was adorable. But I had to give the flat up because I didn't lose the job. I changed jobs and the money was... Anyway, I couldn't afford the flat. So I said to my mum, could I come back for a couple of weeks until I sorted something out? And she went, you can come back, but the cat can't. So I had to give the cat away to a friend of mine. And then my mum came to visit. She was like, oh, I saw your cat. She's adorable. It's like, oh, go fuck yourself. But I remember with her, when I got her first, I used to take her out into the back garden and I had her on string tied to a collar, showing her the garden and where she lived, so that if she got out, she knew where was home and she could get in again. But it's like, I don't know what it is with them. And the thing is, you all get bloody things over there. You get, like Lisa, all hers have come from shelters. Calicos and Maine Coons and all this, that and the other. We don't. We get fucking communal garden moggy, and normally it's a black cat because nobody else wants it. I cried too, Jar Jar. Somebody said though that they contacted all the shelters in her area, and they kind of got the nod from someone that they were talking to that Bella wasn't put down, she was rehomed. And that could be the case because Lardy didn't go in with her. And she deliberately tried to find somebody before that, because she said, and they said, oh, we'll rehome her. And she said, no, because then I won't see her again. Well, you're not going to see her if you have her put down, are you? And she never liked her. From day one, she never liked her. It was horrible. Oh, I wish I could get some of them. She was in London, yeah, and then she got some sort of a swap thing to go home, and she moved back to Cork. She's not from Cork. My Auntie Eileen's from Cork, but she's in some sheltered housing thing in Cork, from what I know. I do too, Jar Jar. I'd like to believe that she's happy living her days out with somebody else. Because it's like tonight, the video I was doing tonight, or whenever it was, with Lardy, when Bella was walking into the skinny pig fucking mansion. And it's like, why put that there? That's where her food and water's been for as long as she's been in this apartment. Now all of a sudden, it's all fucking caged in. There's some shitty rodent in there shouting and screaming, and I don't know where my food and water is anymore. And every time I get up to go and look for it, you're screaming at me to lie down. What sort of a life is that for the poor dog? It's like, they have little apartments in a major building, and then there's like a warden who either has an apartment there, or they have people that do a day shift and then a night shift. So you live in your you go in your door and you've got your bedroom, your bathroom, your sitting room, your kitchen, and then outside it's like a hotel type thing. There's a hallway, and then there's other people's apartments, and then in all the rooms there's a ring pull thing, light pull thingy, and if you need assistance you pull it and the warden comes. So if they haven't seen you for half a day or whatever, they'll tap on the door and walk in. The further away the better, that's what I said. But they have someone that keeps an eye on them, so if they have a fall or whatever, there's always someone there. Then they have like a communal room where they'll all go and play bingo or watch telly or whatever, so that they're with people if they want to be with people. My grand's friend used to live in one round the corner from us when I was younger, and it was great. It was an amazing place. And every time I went in, she made me have a glass of sherry and a square of dark chocolate. She was an amazing woman. And then I was leaving one day and she had a meal wrapped up in tinfoil. And she said to me, "I don't like to bother anybody, but how do I heat this?" So I said to her, "Right, you do this, do that." And she was looking at me like I had 10 heads. And it was like, "Hang on, let me get a piece of paper." And I stuck it on the cooker, and it was like, "Turn this switch, do that, do this." And then I went to see her the following week, and she was like, "Oh my dear, I heated up my dinner. Did I do well?" And it's like, yeah, you did. But yeah, assisted living, yeah, same thing. Wouldn't it be funny if they did? Can you imagine that? We got this dog. Her previous owner was a big fat narc. I don't know who she was though. Yeah, there was some thing, I don't know what it was, where they paid for you. You could you could go home, do a swap and go home to Ireland. It was for Irish people that came over here and now wanted to go home. I don't know what it was, but she didn't tell me she was going until she was there. So I never had a chance to get any of my stuff that was still in her apartment. But yeah, I think she was at one once that was across from a church. Do you know what she did once? This will make you laugh. She wrote to the Carmelite nuns saying that she wanted to join the Carmelite nuns because she'd done so many bad things in her life and she wanted to pay for what she'd done. And they wrote back and told her not to be stupid. There's no way in God's green earth my mother could stay quiet for a fucking day, let alone life. And that was just looking for sympathy. Because, like, she knew they wouldn't take her. "I did this." Oh, yeah, whatever. Big gesture. Can they not fucking, they've, with medical things that they do now, can they not find a tablet for narcs to make them normal? Yeah, the Carmelite nuns. They're an order of nuns that don't speak, Zaza, and she said she was going to go and join the Carmelites, and it's like, well, off you go then. She's just like Lardy, never cooked, never had anything in her fridge, used to eat out at cafes all the time. So what is it with them? It's like they're little carbon copies of each other. Yet they think they're so individual and so special. And then you get all the, "Oh, you'll miss her when she's gone. You'll regret that, you had things to say and you didn't say them." And no. Nuh-uh. I won't regret anything, thank you very much. It's like when she found out I had a savings account for Travis, and she was like, oh, I should have done something like that for you, shouldn't I? Yeah, possibly, maybe. Did she want to go and join the Carmelite nuns? Stupid, isn't it? And then who gets blamed for their shit life? Us. Sorry. I had no choice in the matter. Mad that, isn't it? I didn't find out until I was, 35 or something, that I was premature. Isn't that something you talk to your children about when they're young? There's got to be something that we can do for them. It's like even if you hold a mirror up in front of their face, they can't see. Yeah, see, I'm waiting for that day. It sounds bad, Zaza, but it'll be a relief for me as well. If anyone should have guilt, it's them, not us. See, the thing is, if we could have carried on the shit that they dealt us, but we decided not to, so why couldn't they have done that? Pardon me. She stopped me meeting my brothers and sisters. She delayed me doing we need to go here, we need to do that. And then she was like, I said, it's too late now. What did you want to meet them for anyway? It's too much stress, isn't it, Jane? Yeah, I suppose they do get worse as they age. Did you go no contact with yours, Zaza? I think you said you did. But did you miss out on the rest of the family because of that? I just hate what she took away from me. The only way I could get my own sanity was to get away from her, and by doing that I lost out on the other people that I loved. And then the other week I found a record, and you can hear my Uncle Joe talking at the start of it, and it was like, oh my god, that's his voice. I can hear his voice. So I play the start of it every now and then so I can hear his voice, because I didn't get to see him. See, that's the thing, when they start fucking about with your kids. Why do they do that? They do that because they know it'll get to us. That's the thing, isn't it? It's like, it's got to the point where we're indifferent to them. So they're like, right, now we'll start on the next generation. That'll fucking get them. Absolute twats, a lot of them. Wow. See, I don't know if an apology would cut it with me, because I don't think I'd believe her. She apologised. It's like, you're only apologising because you're scared, and you want to make sure you're going upstairs and not downstairs, and that's why you're apologising. It's a shame you've lost your brother, but if he's made of the same cloth, then you're best done without them, aren't you, really? So many of us have had them in our lives, and it's like, Is it because we're better at detecting them now? Or are there more of them? They're mutating. Stop it. I think people should be fucking figured out before they hit puberty, and if you're a narc, that's it. You shouldn't have children, you shouldn't get married, you should just live a life on your own, because you're not going to make anybody happy. I'm glad you're happy about it, Shan. It gave you that closure you needed. And I'm glad you're happy, Jar Jar. They're a conundrum, aren't they? Fucking narcs. It's like sometimes I look at Lardy and I can feel sorry for her, and then at other days I just want to lock her in a room and leave her there. That's the thing. Once you see them, you can't unsee them. And I keep trying to tell people that come to my channel and say, meh, 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 meh. And I'm like, just hang around for a bit. Just watch a few videos and see what we're saying. And then if you don't believe us, fine. Go off and watch Lardy or Lisa. I don't care. I'll just be the woman that puts puppies in a fucking bucket and kills them. Weirdos. I sort of kind of tiny weeny little bit felt sorry for Lardy when she was going on about, I wish I could have a person who'd love me for me and hold my hand and blah blah blah. I melted a little bit then, but then I think about what she said about me and my family, and then I'm like, no, fuck you. They do give off a strange odour, don't they, Jar Jar? Yeah, see, I just, like I said with my mum, I thought the reason she was narky with me was because she'd grown up, she was pregnant in 1965 and she ended up in an unmarried mother's convent somewhere, fucking cleaning floors with toothbrushes or whatever the fuck they made them do. And that she was blaming me for that, and I could sort of see it, and it's like, well, yeah, but you should have kept your legs together, but whatever, do you know what I mean? But then it was like, yeah, no, it wasn't that at all at the end of it all. She was an evil cow anyway. That's good. Like I said, I am happy. I'm happy that I don't have the aggro, because when we had Jed's mum and my mum in our lives, she'd ring, or his mum would ring, and as soon as the phone went down, me and him were arguing. And it was like, it was them two fucking stirring all the time. As soon as we didn't have them in our lives, we haven't argued. And it's like, you realise it's like, yeah, it was them. But like I said, I've missed out on the rest of my family because of her. Because I'm sure she twisted them and said it was all me and not her. No, they didn't deserve to make you sad. I did, didn't I, Zaza? But the thing was, she was in that situation because she chose to be. Do you know what I mean? She was the one that had sex. She knew there was consequences. Did she? No. So it was her choice, not mine. It's like, right, Jed and I got together. Like I said, it was 9 weeks from the day we met to the day we married. He asked me to marry him after 17 days. And people say, that's insane. Yeah, it is a bit. But when you're with someone 24/7 at Butlins, it's like being in the Big Brother house. It's like you feel like you've known them all your life. Anyway, so we get married on the 6th of June. And then I found out, was it July or something? I can't remember when, that I was pregnant. We didn't have a phone in, so we'd moved off camp when we got married, got our own little rental house, didn't have a phone in the house. There was a phone box at the end of the street, so we went to phone her. And I said, I've got some news. Oh, right. And I said, I'm pregnant. Oh, well, I already knew that. I said, well, you're fucking clever, because I only found out today. She was insinuating that I'd only married him because I was pregnant. The entire time I was pregnant, she kept saying, so when did you say the baby was due again? And I was thinking at the time, God, she's got a shit memory. Not realising what she was saying was she didn't fucking believe me and that I only married her because I was pregnant. It's like, she... Ugh, fucking woman. It was insane, Shan. We were always fucking arguing because either my mum was stirring it or his mum was stirring it. Isn't it weird, Jar Jar? And it's like, why do they do that? And then, when we were in Wales, I used to make Jed phone his mum every week. He wouldn't think of doing it. And I'd be like, it's Sunday, give your mum a ring. And he'd be on the phone, he'd be like, yeah, but, and, okay, bye. And I'm like, what was that about? Oh, she told me what this one and that one was doing and she had to go, Corrie was on. She had no interest in him at all. But then she was saying I was keeping him away from her, and it was like, I'm the reason you're getting fucking Mother's Day cards and phone calls, love. If I wasn't here, you'd never get them. But his dad, me and his dad got on like a house on fire. She fucking hated that. Isn't it mad, Jar Jar? Why do they do that? And it's like, so what if I was pregnant before I got married? You never got married and you were pregnant, so go fuck yourself. I remember when I went to get the test for Travis on camp, we had like a medical hut type thing, and they used to give out free condoms and whatever to everybody, and then they did free pregnancy tests and whatever. So I went in and I'm sat there and she's doing the test. Same as my mum. Nobody'd want me. And then, when we went there one year, she was showing photos of my Auntie Mari, and she went, oh, this is who she should have married. Why have you still got a fucking picture of Mari's first boyfriend? And who are you to say who she should have fucking married? So I know that she'd have been doing that with me. Oh, this is who she should have married. Some Irish band man that she thought had been better for me than Jed. But anywho, so I went for this pregnancy test, and I kept trying to look, and the woman kept taking my attention away, talking to me. And then, and she went, yes, my dear, you are pregnant. And I was like, oh, great. And she was like, oh, are you happy? And I'm like, yeah, I'm married. And she was like, oh, thank God. She thought it was some sort of holiday fling. And I wouldn't know what to do with myself. It was really cool. And what I said to Jed, I thought was really funny. That test was a really, really, really thick blue line. And all the way through, I thought it was a boy. And a boy it was. Then, with Madam, I did a test and it was a pink line. And I felt like it was a girl, and it was. It's weird, isn't it, how that happens? Mind you, I didn't need to take the test with Madam. I knew I was pregnant. My boobs. They were so hot and so sore and so tender, and it was like, oh shit. And Jed was in hospital having his back operation. And I walked in and it was like 3 days after they'd done his op. And he went, look, I can stand. I went, yeah, but I can make you sit down. He was really, really excited, and I was terrified because it's like, you're out of work, I'm out of work. We've just decided to buy the house and now there's a baby on the way. Yay. Should have done a GoFundMe, shouldn't I? Should have come on YouTube and done asked everybody else to pay for it. Isn't that what you do nowadays? How can you have the front To sit there and ask for money for your dog's teeth to be pulled out and then show a load of new things you bought. Who? Fuck's sake. Do you know what I got, Jar Jar, right? In the card for Travis. Thank God it's a girl. Thank God it's a boy. Girls are a pain in the arse. I ripped it up and threw it in the bin. Oh, but they're lovely. Everybody else loves them. They're such lovely people. I do, thank you, Jar Jar. And so do you. I can hear him sneezing. We're very close, and I love that. But like I said, I do worry about the kids. I'm saying kids, they're 28 and 20, but 27 and 20, but do you know what I mean? But we can so clearly see it. And it's weird when other people come in and you're like, how can you not? How can you not see what they're doing? It's like Lisa has got her lot so fucking well programmed that they think she's the nicest woman on earth. And it's like, really? Can you not see? Oh, I'm going to use the upstairs. It's going to be my empire. When is she upstairs? That fucking tripod lives inside the front door. Okay, so she could say, that's where I need it. It's at a certain height. I don't want to pack it away or I'll have to fuck about with it again. Fine. Pardon me. Put it in the spare room. Don't leave it inside the fucking door. Don't you though? I do. I'm like, what, are you blind? Why can't you see? It's glaringly obvious. I've been going back and forth with this woman today, and she's like, oh, but Lisa did a carnivore for her IBS. And it's like, oh, if you want to believe that, believe that. It's got nothing to do with her health. It's all about the fucking number on the scale. And I said to her, whatever. You think she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Go and watch her and don't watch me. I don't watch you. I'm not wasting my time watching you. I'm just arguing with you in the comments. And it's like, and do you think Lisa's going to come and pat you on the back for that? No. You'll get no thanks for it. But if you want to fight her corner from now till next week, off you go. Can't be doing with them. I think it's time to cut my hair again. Why is it so hot in here? Normally it's below something or whatever. Travis will come and start talking to me in the doorway and he's like, I'm going now, my fingers are blue. It's like, it's not that cold. But now it's too hot. They only think about themselves because they've only ever had to think about themselves. Exactly. How can she have visitors if she has everything fucking piled on the dining room table? Yes, exactly. Everyone else is there to serve them. It's like, I know what Burke is dealing with and I want him to run as far away as he possibly can. But it has to come to him. He has to do that thing we all did and realise who our mother is. And then he can walk away. I did everything for him. So you fucking should. You're his mother. And then tonight, the last video I did. Oh, I need to go. I need to tidy up for Burke. That's just weird. And Jane, if she gets sick, what has she got to fight with? Nothing. At least have an extra couple of pounds somewhere. I know, with the drink, talking to herself. Where's the men in the white coats when you need them? When you love it, they just zoomed in, scooped her up and took her off. Where's Mum got? Oh. Her hands and her chest looked exactly like my 69-year-old grandmother who had chronic heart problems all her life. Just before she died. That's what my grand's hands and chest looked like. I think her heart was back to front or something stupid, and she was in and out of hospital all my life. I remember sitting on the end of a hospital bed with a colouring book or whatever. We used to go to visit her at nights, and sometimes I'd be sat out in the hall because kids weren't allowed to visit at night, and the matron or whoever always used to see me being really quiet and whatever, and she'd let me in, so I'd sit on the end of the bed. But yeah, she looked like my gran just before she died, and it's like, I don't think Burke is as bad as Lardy makes him out to be. And what you have to understand as well is he thinks she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So he believes that she's being put on and people are being horrible to her. So he's standing up for her. I used to do the same for my mum. I had a row with my Auntie Eileen over my mum because Michael used to give my mum money all the time, Eileen's husband, and there'd be envelopes at the club, and if she needed an envelope she could go and ask for it, and there was £100 in them, and she could have as many envelopes as she wanted. Anyway, got into this conversation with my Auntie Eileen, and she's like, what has she done with all the money we've already given her? And the thing was, she was given that money from my uncle because we had my gran living with us, and it was his way of paying for the extra heating or whatever, or anything that my gran needed. But when my gran died, she carried on getting this money, and Eileen was miffed, and so she should be. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't his job to pay for his sister for the rest of her days, but because he had money to throw around, he didn't care. So I was standing up for her, and it's like, looking back on it now, it's like, no, Eileen was right. What the fuck? Why was she getting money when she didn't need to be getting money? But I was programmed to think it was me and her against the world, and that's how Burke sees it at the moment. He'll wake up one day. Skeletor, she does. He is under her spell. Exactly. Once he finds out what the fuck's going, I don't know what it'll be for him that'll tip him over the edge, but he'll find out one day, and then it'll be like, fuck yeah. Because I was my mum's biggest fucking fan, even though she was throwing me around the house and all the rest of it, because I used to feel sorry for her, because if there was ever anything going on, we'd get an invite, and it was always for Kathleen and Julie. And it's like, for other people, it was like them and their +1. So my mum never got to bring a boyfriend with her, or I never got to bring a boyfriend with me. We were always as a pair. And so I thought it was really unfair the way she was treated. But yeah, I soon woke up. But he will one day. I hope before he ends up on a red carpet for something. That's what she's waiting for. Burke says when he gets his first Oscar, it's me he's going to take down the red carpet. Really? My son says I'm one of the nicest people you'd ever meet. Yeah, he hasn't got a wide circle of friends yet. Soon he will find out. There will. Huge explosion. I want to be there to see it. But see, he was living with Granny, because Granny came back, didn't she? She's in Arizona, stupid woman. In Scottsdale or whatever, and he was living in an apartment with her. But Lardy was still in her apartment. She does mess with his head. And it's like, he can't do right for doing wrong. And it's the same as us. When my mum felt like it, Oh, God help his wife or husband. I hope they can see through Lardy and they tell him. What was I saying? Nope, it's gone. Can you imagine having Lardy as a mother-in-law? Holy hell. Oh yeah, Carol. Yeah, she is. Stupid. And I think that's why Lardy gave up YouTube. I think Carol finally put her foot down and said, look, if I'm looking after you two, you're stopping that. I think she is. There was photographs on Burke's Instagram. There was photographs of him having lunch with Granny in Scottsdale, and she'd said something about her sending her car back and whatever. Maybe he does, Jane, but he will. He'll wake up soon. I don't think he's as bad as people think he is, because I know what that position was like. I'll see if I can find... Hang on. Well, you're there. I'll go and have a look. Hang on. I'm trying to think. It's so hard to figure out if I'm on here, can I go and do something? But I can, can't I? Where's Instagram? There. It's a thing I always wanted to check. I don't think that Lardy and Burke follow each other. How weird is that? Wouldn't you think she'd follow her some? It's a very dark and moody picture. I think as long as he sticks with his acting and hangs around those sort of people. Actually, I think the picture of him and Granny was on a reel, and they go away, don't they? It's just him skateboarding or acting from what I can see. See, the things that she says about him, I don't believe a word of them. Because when she's shushing at him and people say that he's in on the grift and all the rest of it, I don't know if he is. No, I must have been on a reel because I can't find it now. But I definitely saw him lunching with Grammy. So I don't understand how Lardy can say that with a straight face. My mother left me. You were 54! What the hell? She has said some nasty things about him. And what she said about Gungur, she should be done for that, I'm sorry. If I was Gungur, I'd do her for slander. Even he said when they were trying to get him to come over for Thanksgiving one year, it's hard to keep up with them. He was supposed to come over for Thanksgiving, and he turned around and he said, "No, I'm not coming." And then he was going on about Burke and his learned behaviour and blah 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 blah. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, you just wanted to get him in a fucking pincer move for the two of you to pay for Burke's college, and he didn't have that type of money, and he was like, "No, fuck it, I ain't going over there." Did Carol hear any of it though, Jar Jar? Or maybe that's what she said to her. Take down the channel and private the videos, or delete the videos, or whatever the fuck, because that's the legacy you've left in the world. You're lying about me, you lied about your husband, and that's what your sons for future employers or whatever are gonna see when they think about casting him in a film or whatever. Pass, Jane, I've no idea. He moved to somewhere or another. Was it Florida? Yeah, I suppose you're right, yeah. Because her uncle did tell her, didn't he? I suppose it's harder to cut off your child than it is to cut off your mother. So maybe there's always that guilt with Carol. Maybe I didn't do my job as a mother right. Maybe I could have done more. Maybe it's my fault. Which it isn't, none of it. But maybe that's the way she saw it. And she wanted to do better with Burke, maybe. She didn't want to miss out on not seeing her grandson. Yeah, well, he's in Florida then. Yeah. Is it nice there? I've heard that name before and I don't know why. I'd never cope with the weather in Florida. It's hot on a whole new level, isn't it? It's all hot and humid and steamy and yuck. No, it's bad enough in the UK when it gets hot. I thought fair play to him though when he said, "Fuck that, no, I'm not coming for Thanksgiving. You know, you just want to fucking... You only want me there for what you want out of me." Yeah, that's the only thing I can see, Jar Jar, is she's nearing the end of her days and she probably wants to put things right before the end of time, so... Yeah. Lots of places in America are expensive now, though, aren't they? They're all the... Like, California, that's really out of hands now, isn't it? Because I've... Not that I watch her, but rarely I see HRH having a rant about something, and it's always about the homeless, and it's like, yeah, well, if there's homeless on the streets, that means that the rents are too fucking high. I always wanted to go to Disney, but we were going to go. Oh, see, that's another thing. His mother, she took her son, her daughter, and her grandson, phoned us from America and said, "Oh, this is amazing. I'll pay for you to go next year." Then it was like, "Oh, you will have your own spending money, won't you? Because I can't afford to pay for that and the spending money." And then it was, "Oh, I can't really afford to pay for you to go." And I was like, "Fuck it, I don't want to be beholden to you anyway. I'd rather pay and go on my own." And she's like, "Oh, you mean that, don't you?" It's like, "Yes, I do mean that. Can you imagine for the rest of your days? But I paid for you to go to Florida. Go fuck yourself." So we were going to go, but then Jed broke his back and all the rest is... She tried to con Gunga at Thanksgiving. Yes. That's what she wanted, and he said, no, fuck you, I'm not coming. I was like, fair play, Gungo. I wouldn't either. But isn't it funny how she wanted him there after what she said he did to fucking Burke? Would you continue to have somebody in your son's life if they'd done that to your son? I don't fucking think so. So it just shows it's a lie, and she said that live on fucking YouTube for the world to hear. Woman's twisted. You know, there's some states where you have to have permission from the other person to record a telephone call. Does that stand in Arizona? Because that's what she was doing in the last thing. She was on the phone to him, typing in the chat to the people what he was saying, holding her microphone up so people could hear him, but we couldn't hear him. And it's like, that poor man, he had no idea. He's like blasting live to the world. I just wanted to go to see Madam's face when she saw all the big Disney people walking around. It would have been amazing. She doesn't have a conscience at all, does she? It's like, because we were big into Toy Story at the time, and I just wanted her to see like Buzz Lightyear and Woody walking about in the thing. That would have been so cool. And she was huge into Jungle Book, and she knew all the songs backwards. So funny. We're just saying today, me and Jed were just saying that, like, Travis had night terrors when he was little, and he used to be shouting and screaming in his sleep, and I used to have to keep going in and calming him down. And then she didn't sleep. She'd be in her room watching a DVD, singing at the top of her voice. And I'd have to keep going in, going, shh. Why? Because everyone's asleep. Why are they asleep? Because it's the middle of the night. Well, they should be up too. And it's like, would you just... Can you just lower the volume? Loony. I don't think I'll be able to do it now, though. The amount of walking. What does that mean, Shan? Does that mean she should have told him she was recording him? She would have done, wouldn't she? Such a shame. Can't get that time back now. Like, I used to go in and go, and she'd go, get mad, baby. Zabadoo-wee. Funny. It's like I said to her the other day, do you remember dancing around with me to this song? And she's like, no. And it's so sad that all that she's forgotten, and one day I'll forget it too. But it was, if anybody knows, what's her name? She's on Britain's Got Talent. Something Dixon. Is it Amelia? It's not Amelia, is it? Anyway, she had a song, and it was like that. Does he brush up? He never brushes up. Does he wash up? No, he never washes up. And it's then at the end of the line, it's like, he does nothing, the boy does nothing. And she used to do that bit, but she doesn't remember it. Sad. So, he could do her for that, couldn't he, Shan? But of course, Teflon Tessie, she never gets caught doing what she shouldn't be doing, does she? Oh, only one person. Even if it needed to be two, I guarantee she'd have done it as well anyway. And then after a whinging, oh, I feel bad, I think I should unblock him, and I should call him, and da 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 da. then when she was on the phone to him, she was rolling her eyes, and it's like, why did you bother? Leave the man alone. She always skates by, doesn't she? By the skin of her teeth. It's too long ago to report, even if it was a thing. But that's why she did it, because she knew she could get away with it. And she never thought, you know, what happens if he turns on YouTube and finds it? And then all, this is what I really look like. No, what's sitting in front of me is what you really look like. Catfishing people on fucking dating sites. No, she wouldn't have cared. It's wrong though. Like you said, morally wrong. Oh, I'm in the middle of a live. I'm talking to 25 fuckwits that agree with the way I live my life and the shit I do. And I'm recording you and playing you to the world. I hope you don't mind. Right. She blocked him. Then she was talking to everyone. Then she felt bad about blocking him. So she sent him a text. And he didn't answer it. So then she sent another one saying, can I call you? And then he called her. And then she continued with the phone call while she was still on live. And then he told her he'd had surgery and he wasn't well, and that's why he couldn't meet up for a drink. And she was like, yeah, I'm just going to block him again. I knew there were red flags all over the place, and then I felt bad when I was talking to you, but now I'm just going to block him. Isn't she though, Shan? I don't think she has any morals at all. None. It's like they say about narcs, they've got no sexual boundaries. That, you know, like they'll blurt things out that people shouldn't say. And she does that all the time. Like when she was on the phone to him tonight, right? He said he'd had surgery, and then she said, oh, I had 2 knee replacements and I like the doggy position, but I can't do it now because I can't get up on my knees. Who does that to someone you've never even met? And it's like it sticks a picture in your head that you just don't want there. Do we think she'll come back? I don't think she's coming back. I think she's just put her fucking channel back on to see if we say anything. Have you all watched tonight's Lardy's video or not? If you did you see the bit at the beginning? The message I got from Jean. Did you see the start of it though, Jane? Where I was saying that Jean had asked who was Lardy. Twice. She posted on, I don't... Right, well let me find it and I'll stick it up here. Right, where's my thing? Oh, for the... Thank you. Oh, that's the thing. Hang on. Let's get rid of that first. Let's put that up. Oh, I've deleted them. Oh, do you know? Go to the recycle bin. Store. Right, like I say, I've got the memory of a goldfish, but some shit sticks in my head for some reason I do not know. It's like stupid shit that nobody needs to know, and it sticks in my head and I remember it, right? Anyhow, get this message. Let me just go where I am. Help. Right, it said, yeah, 2 different videos. Jean Strauss. Who is this? Who is Lardy? What's her YouTube name? You fucking follow each other on Instagram. Who is she? Do I have fucking moron tattooed across my face or something? Who is she? So I said to her, watch the beginning of the next video. And then I said, what? Is she having a mental breakdown, or does she think I'm totally fucking dim? Which is it? Who's Lardy? Some people, I just don't get it. And it's like, oh, so you and her have been off having a little whispery conversation, have you? Go over there and ask her who I am and see what she says. Really? What was that all about? Why would you do that? It's like I've got people that are sub to me now that were sub to Lardy. I know lots of you that watched her and now you watch me. You don't need to hide it. Do you know what I mean? It isn't a big deal. But to come on and go, oh, I don't know. Who is she? Fuck off. Yeah, is it me or is she a psycho? Weird. Who do that? It'd be like Lardy coming on and going, who's Jools? I don't know. Idiots. I can't believe there's only the few of us in here that's in here, and we've had stuff to talk about for 2 hours. How insane is that? I hope Bonnie's okay. She's not out moving trees. She should just stay indoors and let the weather sort itself out and go and check it tomorrow. But it's like, did she think I wasn't going to say anything? Sorry, Jean, have you met me? Mouth. See, I said to Jed, I've spent all my life being fucking held back, pushed back, held down, fucking insulted, being the child that you know, what was it, you're seen and not heard, all that bollocks. And it got to the point where I finally got away at 29 at Butlins, and from there on it was like, no, if I've got something to say, I'm going to fucking say it. And he said he was too scared to talk to me because he thought I was so confident. And then he realised I wasn't confident at all. It's all a front, but hey. Thank you, Zsa Zsa. I've enjoyed it too. It's just weird, isn't it, that you can just sit and talk about nothing for 2 hours. All like-minded people. Thank you, Shan. But that's the thing, I'm one of these people now. If something's happening and something needs to be said, I'm going to be the one fucking saying it, and I don't care anymore. I was told to shut up too much when I was little, and it's like, right, yeah, now's my time. See, that was the thing. Lardy thought, we do have a lot in common, don't we, Jane? Lardy thought I'd be the same as everyone else, and I'd scuttle off and hide behind a fucking cushion and be too scared to say anything again. And I bet she's wishing she'd never fucking started with me, because it's like she might have started it, but I'm fucking finishing it. Jed says whenever I get riled up about something, he hears Darth Vader's theme tune. And he'll just walk off going dun, 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 dun. And it's like they don't know who they're fucking with. Because it's like, if I'm right, oh God help you, I'm not going to shut up until you've seen it my way, because I'm right. We have, haven't we? See, if I'm wrong, I'll admit when I'm wrong. It's not very often. He sent me a meme the other day. Was it in a marriage? One person is right and the other person's the husband, and it's like, yeah, damn right. But that's another thing, see? Lardy telling us how to run our marriages and she can't keep a fucking fella. Who's she telling who how to have a marriage? I want to know the story with the first one. 7 months. And they had a big thing where they came in on chairs, and I don't know if they pinned money on them or whatever. The whole to-do. Big flash wedding. And it lasted 7 months. What was it she said tonight? He had to go home to his mother. What does that mean? That mole man that she's going on about, I think he looks very like Gungur. Because she shows his face and then she moves her hand down and he's bald, and I think he looks a lot like Gungur. That's her type of bloke. Oh, I wouldn't go out with him. He had a big mole over his eye. Has he seen your arse sledge? She could carry a fucking table on that. Set it all up. All on her bum. I've never seen a bum. How does a bum go out and then around? That makes no sense. It baffles my head. Like, black women have beautiful bums that go perfectly round. But hers is like, it sticks out like that and then it goes. It makes absolutely no sense. Of course she does. Absolutely everything she knows. I'm just wrong about everything. It's like when she starts going on about being myopic and why don't you extrapolate. It's like, yeah, we know, you know 3 words, but you still count on your fingers, don't you? Oh, Gunga's been in videos. Let me find one that he's in. Right, hang on. Go there, go there. Nope. Been playing my must-watch list in the background. Weird. Right, my channel. Let's see if I can find one with him. Because he helped her move and everything. And she put that stupid picture of the 3 of them stood there looking in a mirror. Yeah, his name's not in the title. Right, let me have a look. He was a nice man. I like Gungur. He was so easygoing. So he came and he was staying there and she was at work. And so he cooked dinner for him and Burke. And then she came in and she's like, I bought tacos. And he's like, but I've made dinner. And Burke's like, it's really good. Do you want some? And it's like, that lad's probably never had a home-cooked meal in his fucking life. Right there, that one. Hang on. Where are we? Shan, can you see right-hand side, last thumbnail? It's very small though. And see, if I click on it, you won't be able to see that. Right, let me go and look. See if I can... Is he in this one? What's she showing? Right, well there's the picture. Can you see that? Doesn't do him justice, really, that picture there. It looks like a thing, doesn't it? What's the name? Mugshot. Yeah, and he was in another one before she moved. And she was saying, oh, I'm moving back in with my ex-husband or something. And everyone was like, oh, that's amazing. And then she was shouting at everybody because she just did it as a clickbait title. You're welcome. But that doesn't do him justice. He's a very quietly spoken, really nice man. And how he put up with her for 5 years, he deserves a medal. He doesn't look happy there, does he? Let me see if I can find a better one. Let's see. Go to the oldest, because... And then she took him out for drinks and she was going on about him being her baby daddy. Really inappropriate. Fucking doofus. Who called him doofus? I got the blame for that as well. Was he in... No. She went to a Thanksgiving dinner and there. Did we get to see him in that one? Where she talked over everybody and told everybody what they were allowed to eat. There, if you can see him. He looks much better there, doesn't he? And that's when... He did, though. He did everything. Thank you. Love the moment. And he didn't complain about it. And then all she ever did after that was slag him off. Yeah, this is the one where... What's his face? Burke was messing about with a knife and everyone said he was a psycho child. There, look. But it's like Gungur and her mum were having a nice conversation. And of course she had to interrupt and fucking take over the thing. Oh no, let's get this so we can have lots of starters and do this because I want to eat that and blah blah blah, and I've only got a 4-pound stomach and I can't eat all the stuff, and I want to pick at things, and I think we should do this and do that, and it's like, fuck off, just let them eat what they want to fucking eat without you telling everybody what to do again. But yeah, I like Gungur. And personally, I think he should fucking sue her for what she said in this video that I just put up. And do you remember in the move, when she was driving along and then she went, oh, the whole thing just shook. I hope my stuff's okay. No, I hope my ex-husband and my son are okay. Oh no. Her stuff was more important than them. Anything could have happened in that fucking U-Haul thing. Do you know what I mean? And the first thing she thinks about is her stuff. Oh, I hope my stuff's okay. So what video should we do next? Shall we have a vote? Let me have a look. Let's go there. make me little again. Whoop. Whee. Right, where am I? These are Lisa ones that people asked me to save. Wait, that one she was going to be, oh, I could have been a brat about it and got the house I wanted, but we compromised. Yeah, whatever. Her moving story time about Bridget circling the drain. And then this one, I remember keeping this one because she's getting changed and it looks like she's got nothing on and she's showing her lady garden. But this one's my favourite. It's gonna ruin the vibe. Such a child.
This one has the same case. And I haven't taken the tag off of this. Shoot, because I can't. It's going to ruin the vibe. Let me go take the tag off. Hold on. Hey, this one.
What a fucking baby. You just know that's what she does. John, John, na 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 na. Can you do na na na, John? See, I'm trying to get the live ones out of the way, because that's where Lardy shows her true self, isn't it? But there's lots of shite in between. What have I got on thing? I've got some on watch later that I was working through. Yeah, see this, I was going to put it in somewhere, but I don't know where. But this is Lardy all over.
So, like, you think you're gonna fuck with me? I'm gonna fuck you even harder type.
That's her life motto. What's that one? Styling her pixie. Right, I'm between decadent coffee from my bed and the skinny pig cow. Oh, I did the other one. So it's this one next then. It's 3 hours of Alive. Yeah, and people wanted me to keep that one of Lisa's because she said she was thankful for COVID. Does she not know people died? Do I have any from the... What, when she was in Boston? No, I don't think I do. I know, they are bad enough, aren't they? Wasn't it, though? She is pathetic. She was on the phone to that bloke and she was like, I had 2 knee replacements. I had to learn to walk all over again. No, I'll need to find a few and let you vote because that's the only one I've got there at the moment. Yeah, did you mean from when she was in Boston, Jaja? I don't have any of those. I'll show you the earliest ones I've got. Hang on. Let me. It takes forever to scroll to the bottom of this. And then if you look at one and then you do backspace afterwards, it doesn't go back to where you were. I know, that was hysterical, wasn't it? With the eyes rolling back in her head. I'm okay. I'm just letting you know. 'Cause Burke, I can't get Burke and nobody knows I'm here. Who needed to know you were there apart from Burke? Nobody. I thought it was hysterical when they put her in the fucking broom cupboard. It's like, we've had enough of her now. Shove her in there. There's fuck all wrong with her. Put her on a pretend drip and just leave her in the cupboard. Yeah, no, I don't think I have any from Boston because I used to just bob in and out when she was in Boston. I didn't really pay much attention to her. It was... I think Lisa mentioned her, so I went for a nosy. And I didn't see what anybody saw and I found her really boring. But when she moved to California... When she moved to California, that's when I started watching more. And then that's when I told her to drive carefully, and then she went off and had her meal with Mathea and took the piss out of me, and the rest, as they say, is history. See, the thing is, back in Boston, she was normal-ish, so there was nothing worth keeping, really, was there? Apart from all the fake dating stories about the people with no fingers and no legs or whatever the fuck she was going on about. But let's see what we've got back here at the bottom. See, what I'll do is I'll add them. Oh, look, pom-pom. I'll add them to the watch later thing, and then we can go through them, because otherwise... this... no, I was going to play that, but then I'll have to go back to the beginning again. Ignore me. Every time I see Lardy, I think of that. If anyone's watched Bottom, there's a bit where the gas man comes, and they've been piping gas from their neighbour into their house. So Richie opens the door and he's like, "Ah, it's the gas man! The gas man! The gas man!" And he's like, "Yes, hello, I want to read your meter." "Gas man! Yes, is there someone that looks after you?" And that's what I think of every time with Lardy. Oh. They had a Darth Vader Sensi warmer. I was very tempted to get that. It's £103. £103 for a warmer. That's ridiculous. Almost as ridiculous as those 11 people still paying her money on Patreon. What in the ever-living fuck are they thinking? Yeah, exactly. And then she never shut up about, "But I gave my son the bedroom." Yeah, and? That was more for you than him. See, it pissed me off when Carol fled and she spent days whining and crying and snotting and snivelling. Oh my, and I've got so much to do. I'm like, well, fucking do it then. They had 2 cars and they lived in the same apartment complex thing. How difficult was it for her to move the miserable bit of shit she had? It's not like she had loads of stuff. From her 2-bed to her mum's 1-bed. No. What happens? A fucking subscriber pays for a U-Haul and moves her. Where is she now? Never to be heard of again. Installations. I've got IC, yeah. You can sit there like a fucking camel for 9 hours on a live and never go to the toilet, and then you reckon you've got IC. This was when she was working for Diff Glasses. Working. I say it in the loosest of terms, and she spent all day on Instagram taking stupid pictures with the girls that worked on other carts in the fucking mall. She never wanted to work. Somebody said that. I can't remember who it was. She wanted the job, but she never wanted to work. And that's her all over. See, this is what I have to do when I'm trying to find a video to do. Come on. See, isn't that a face that turned back a clock? Do you remember when she moved into the new place in Arizona? I've got vaulted ceilings. And no one gives a shit. And she said in that video tonight, I don't tell people that I've had weight loss surgery straight away because I don't want them to think that I'd turn into a fat person sometime down the line. turn into. Three days later, we're still scrolling. There's a good one. Live, being an absolute sanunt. What was that one about? Live eating birthday cake, full face of makeup and constant complaining. The thing with the birthday cake, does anybody remember that? Where she ate Burke's birthday cake with a spoon. There we go, that. She bought that cake for Burke for his 20th, right? He had that teeny tiny slice just to fucking pander to her. He doesn't like cake. He's never liked cake. He doesn't want birthday cake. She bought that for her. She gave that teeny tiny slice to Burke and then she ate the rest of it herself in 2 sittings with a spoon. Come on. And none of these used to play. When I was looking for something to do before, they wouldn't play. Now they all play. It's amazing. And I don't know what happened, but they're all working now. It's all about her. Everything's about her, Shan. It's like when her and Lisa start talking about things. Somebody bought, I can't remember who it was that got me the clicky thing. And it's like, I mean to do that another day and sit like a bouncer and click every time it's me, myself or I, because that's all they ever say. See, when we get to the bottom, I didn't put proper thumbnails. I just put that one for lives and this one for Instagram, so I don't know what any of these are. Is that the last one? Are we at the bottom? Lobby. Ooh, no. Insta story, drunk. Should we see what... See, I need to put them on thing, otherwise ignore me. Exactly. She did make me laugh though, because she started her live and she was eating it and she went, what? Doesn't everybody eat a whole cake with a spoon? And it's like, yeah, you could be funny, but most of the time you were a pain in the hole. Oh, I remember that. When she was going for a walk around the fucking marina or whatever the fuck it was. See, that's why I like doing Lisa and Lardy videos, because I know the history. So when someone comes in saying, oh, but what about blah, 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 9 times out of 10, I know the story. Was that alive too? Cool. We could be here sometime, people. In the description, so many of you know I studied classical ballet for 18 years. I performed every year. One year during a trio choreography piece, in which I was one of the 3 girls. One of my point shoes, we called it toe shoes back then, began to come undone. It's like, ugh, how many times have we heard that story? There's that story where your mother was so proud of you because your shoe came undone and you kept dancing. Then there's the other story where your mum fell over on the ship and you lay down beside her so they wouldn't know which one of you fell. No, that was you just looking for fucking pandering from the staff. If you cared about your mother, you'd have gone to help her. She's got 3 stories. Oh, I do things for people. I give away free jewellery. Yeah, whatever. Nobody wants it. I remember at the start, Sham, when you were like, I don't know who she is. What have I missed? And it's like, oh, have you got a month? Exactly. Same here. I did tap, but I'm not going to tell anyone I was a tap dancer. Fuck's sake. Is this the bottom now? Have we done? Right. See, what we have to do now is add them to the watch later list, and then I can see what they are, because if I try and look at them now, we go all the way back to the top again. Right, that F you harder we've seen. My big secret, this bra makes me look huge and a fantastic product for you blonde girls. Oh, that was when she said she had fucking tricho, whatever it is. You know where you pull your hair out. Are these? Are you go right? Added to watch later. Thank you. Right, that's already on there. That's already on there. Right, so it's this one. Why won't it roll up nicely? Get ready with me live headlights and eating wax. Live without chat, the show must go on, singing my favourite songs. Woo! Can't wait for that one. Why is this being such a pain in the hole tonight? Mind you, it's a pain in the hole all the time. Ha! I've got the whole KFC mukbang with Burke where she was screaming at him. I just said, you forgot the sauce, and they made it out that I was arguing with him. Yeah, you were. The clip's on my channel. We can see exactly what you said to him. Right, there's short ones. Right, let's see what them ones were. This is the problem with BitChute. One day it's working great and then the next day it won't. Right, watch later. What have we got? That's the mukbang. That's right. So we've got this one, decadent coffee from my bed and the skinny pig cow, or her big secret about her pulling her hair out.
Well, hello. Okay, I'm gonna go get my coffee and come back.
Why didn't you get your coffee before you started the fucking video? Or the whole mukbang in the car, whoops, when she screams at Burke.
This is gonna be in the way of the camera here. Nope, and look at this.
See, in this one, I remember it. I don't know why I remember stupid things like that, but she was saying, oh, I could do with that. Whatever it was Burke had, she was like, oh, I could do with that. And he was like, here you go. He's not the kid she says he is. Brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, Shan. That's it. You can't get away now. So, it's the KFC mukbang, the decadent coffee, Or, what else have we got? The Big Secret with her hair pulling. That's this one. Or this one. What's this one? Live without chat. The show must go on. Singing my favourite songs. So I'll leave it to you to decide out of those four which one do you want. Mukbang, singing, secret, or decadent coffee. And I will do that one tomorrow. What now? Zaza? Do you mean now or another day? That would be fun, actually. I know I can't bear her eating either. It's like I don't get it because her mum is so dainty. And like when she used to be eating something, she's like, oh, I don't like you filming me when I'm eating. And she uses a knife and fork and she eats properly. And then cow there. Yeah, I'll do that, Zaza. That's a good idea. So has anyone got any preferences on which one of these four that I will do for tomorrow? This was when Pom Pom came back after having her teeth pulled. If she actually had her teeth pulled. Who knows what she did with all that money? Trying to make out that she pets Bella, whatever.
Yeah, you're happy. You're happy again. Oh, didn't mean to choke you. Yeah.
I hate the way she talks to those dogs. Whether she's being nice or nasty, I just fucking hate the way she talks to them. No, I'm leaving it there. I'm not going to let that play because I know it'll wind you up. Are you off, Shan? Good night, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to head off in a minute as well. Alright, I'll put the names in a hat and I'll pull one out. But that's a good idea about doing it live. What was it someone was saying once? Didn't Steph say that as well? Do a live one night. Anyway. I can't believe that it's 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, I can do love hearts. Ooh. So, has Jane fallen asleep? Bonnie had to go for the tree. It's just me and you, Zsa Zsa. Been a cool live though. There's been no screaming. No one telling anyone to shut up. No need for a moderator. That's who I worry about. Poor Tay-Tay. What is she doing with herself now that she hasn't got Lardy's Lives to moderate on? Maybe I should have asked her to come over here. Come, we'll take you in, Tay-Tay. My eyes feel like they've been grated. So I will say goodnight now, I think, as well, Sharjah, because I'm absolutely knackered. There's a video set for tomorrow, so I will be doing one tomorrow for the day after. Yep, last one standing. I'll have to get you a chocolate womble. Do you know what a womble is? I often wonder when I say, what do you want, a chocolate womble? And it's like, how many people know what a womble is? I know, poor Tay-Tay, she must be bored fucking shitless now, not having anything to do. Sat there polishing her wrench. Waiting for the call. She must be the only moderator that pays the person she's moderating for and apologises for going to the toilet. Good night, love the moment. I will see you in another live, hopefully. I'm going to go to sleep is what I'm going to be doing. Sending good wishes and love to your husband, Zaza. I hope everything goes perfectly well tomorrow and he heals really, really quickly. Right, shall I show you a womble before I go? Hang on. Let's find a video. It was a programme in the UK about the people that lived in Wimbledon, and they used to go around cleaning up all the rubbish that people left behind, and this was their song. Oh, hang on, it's on double. I've got everything on double. Underground, overground, wombling free. The wombles of Wimbledon, common are we. Making good use of the things that we find. Things that the everyday folks leave behind. Uncle Bulgaria says he remembers the days when he wasn't behind the times. With a map of the world, and I don't know what the rest of it is.
Wombles are organised, work as a team. Wombles are tidy and
Wombles are clean.
Underground, overground, wombling free. The wombles of Wimbledon, common are we.
So there you go. You've learnt something tonight, Sharjah. You now know what a womble is. And there used to be chocolate ones in the shop. Yeah, the Wombles of Wimbledon. It was great fun. And it was basically, like when I was a kid, this was a well-known programme. They had #1 hits as well. But it was to encourage children to be tidy and not to throw rubbish away. And it worked. But yeah, there you go. There's a womble. Hang on, where's the thing? I'll put it there so you can see that you can play the whole thing to your heart's content. I'll probably get a copyright strike now for having Wimbledon wombles in my thing, but who cares? Anyway, good night. Oh, the movie man's just arrived and we're all going. Sorry about that. You'll have to come to the next one. So, night everybody. And like I said, Zaza, best of luck to your husband tomorrow. Let us know how he gets on. And I will see you in the next one.